What's up, Andrew? I'm going to be playing some more Crusader Kings 2 today. So, as a recap from last time, I believe something went wrong with the recording. I don't know if that was on my end. I don't know if that was, like, me forgetting to hit the button or hitting the button twice and accidentally not recording when I thought I was. So I basically made a good amount of progress, and I kind of said that, I should probably just recap what I did. I'm trying to remember everything that happened. There was a decent amount. As you can see, I have attained more lands. I went ahead and did a subjugation, Casus Belli, against Pajamrania, whatever that place was called, and so now I've got that place. I also, West Francia pretty much completely collapsed, and now East Francia has West Frankish lands. Burgundy has taken over plenty of West Frankish lands, including Paris. Austrasia has a lot of it as well. So, yeah, well, I also went to war with West Francia. I should probably mention that, because it was taking a long time to get the reformed religion possible. And what I needed to do was I needed to capture at least one more of the holy sites. So I went ahead and declared war on West Francia and took Zealand, which is just this little island realm here. So now I've got Zealand. I have enough moral authority to reform the religion, enough piety to reform the religion. I said at the end of last episode I was going to put it off until this episode, and then after I realized I hadn't been recording, I got really pissed. Because you kind of missed out on exciting stuff. I mean, what was motivating me to rush ahead and go ahead and try to reform this religion faster than I had initially been planning for was the fact that Ragnar, his health is dwindling. Let's just say that. He got severely wounded against a wolf. That was part of the Wolf Warrior Society. He went hunting for this great wolf or something like that. He killed it, but he was severely wounded doing so. And the gout, he's still never gotten over the gout, so because of that, he's got -2 health from that, -2 health from being bedridden, and when he was severely injured, I believe he had -3 health or -2 health. I thought Ragnar was going to die any moment. And he still very well could. He luckily got over his severe injury, and has now at this point made it to the point that he's fairly okay. Luckily, he had another successful experimental treatment. I don't know how I lucked out on getting 2 of those, but that will obviously extend his life. So, it's kind of been rough with Ragnar. I've been hoping he could live to a ripe old age. I'm not confident that will happen. Additionally, the successful experimental treatment gives me +3 health, which makes up for some of this negative, and I switched my focus to hunting, which gives me +1 health and +2 martial, but I really did it for the health reason. I could have gone family also, but my wife died, and I don't feel like remarrying Ragnar when he most likely won't have any more kids. I say he most likely won't, but he actually has had more kids, despite being bedridden and having -30 to his fertility, and gout doesn't decrease his fertility, but being bedridden, he is -30%. He ended up having a kid with Sieju. I believe it was Sieju. It was one of these 3 that he's with. Didn't he? I thought he had one. I could have swore he had another kid, but this girl's already 14, and I don't think it's been 14 years. So I could be misremembering. Oh, actually, I believe maybe he had a bastard with someone else. I don't exactly remember what happened. I'm pretty sure he had another kid, and I did not accept the bastard, maybe. Unfortunately, I don't have a video to go back and show you, so once again, I'm sorry for there's definitely some stuff that's happened that I won't be able to fill in the gaps completely. Oh, and I had a decision to make here to send out settlers to a very specific land, Iceland. So now Iceland has been settled by Svipjod. Not that I believe, I mean, it already had realms and, there were different counties and leaders here before, but since I sent settlers there, I don't know, I got Svipjod. I've never had that decision path before come up, so I've never seen that before, but it was really cool, and so I got Svipjod. Or, sorry, not Svipjod. Svipjod got Iceland. But yeah, I don't really know that there's much else to say, other than now we are at the point where we can, probably let's just start off, look at all of our notifications. 2-week claims can be pressed. I'm not worried about the 2-week claims. Title loss on secession. Hopefully I won't lose any titles, because now that I can reform my religion, I've got a different plan now. 17 titles can be created. I will definitely create a title. I will create the Kingdom of Norway. The only problem with creating the Kingdom of Norway, or any of these kingdoms, is it's a lot of gold, and I don't have very much gold. But once I do create the kingdom, then I can create the empire. Yeah, I've got enough realms to create the empire as well. That's something I just realized, actually. So that's really good. I just need to create one of the kingdoms, whether it be Lapland, Finland, or Norway, or Denmark. I need to create one of them in order to have 2 kingdoms under my belt, so that way I can create the Empire of Scandinavia. But that's going to be a little bit further down the road, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm unmarried. I don't feel any giant, pressure to get married with this guy at this point, just because, it just doesn't make a ton of sense. And my son Bjorn, my heir apparent, he got married to someone. I mean, I'll probably just divorce her whenever I play as him. If I play as him, we still have to make our decision in regards to our religion, which could shake things up quite a bit. Special minor titles. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that right now. 2 characters owe me a favor. That's good. I am threatening. I'm probably still threatening because of the war that I held on Pomerania. It's whatever this country was here. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. Once again, if you're Scandinavian watching this video, give me a hint on how to properly pronounce these things. Wrong type of holding. That won't be a factor moving forward, hopefully. And the religion can be reformed. So, as I kind of got into at the end of last episode, which, unfortunately, that wasn't recorded, is I have the reformed religion. I can reform my religion. I have not done it yet. But I kind of went ahead in the end of the last episode and said, I will probably choose these things, but I was going to do a little bit more research and kind of decide. Now I feel like I should probably go through and re-explain my thought process with choosing these things. So, in reforming a religion, you can choose a nature, you can choose 2 doctrine, and you can choose 1 leadership. Reformation policies. I don't know if they've got a specific term for what all of these are, but yeah. So, I kind of am leaning towards warmongering. So let me kind of read what some of these do. I don't need to read all the descriptions, but I could be peaceful. I don't think that peaceful and Germanic pagan really is a great combination, but just, hypothetically, I could go the peaceful route. Rulers are less likely to start wars, plots, and factions. Rulers gain piety while at peace. Looting is not allowed anymore, and great holy wars are not allowed. I'm not choosing that. We'll just say it right off the bat. I'm not being peaceful. Unyielding. I've thought about unyielding. Not sure if I'm going that way yet. I don't think I am. Armies are stronger when defending. This religion is resistant to proselytizing, and great holy wars are allowed. Proselytizing is in itself a nature. This religion encourages missionary work. Great holy wars are allowed. Rulers waging war against members of their own faith lose piety. What's in green is considered good. What's in red is considered bad. Because proselytizing is probably in second place for what I might choose, after warmongering most likely, but so let me explain. Proselytizing would make my vassals as they go out and conquer other lands, as they, you know, as they play the game as themselves. Let me kind of pull up an example. We'll say Starbjorn here. So he rules this land here, and say he went and conquered, let's just say he conquered some of these counties here in Saxony. As you can see, well, they are already Germanic. Wow. Saxony is in itself all Germanic. That's interesting. I thought they were Catholic for a while. I think they had been Catholic, but now they're not. That's fine. East Francia. Let's say we went out, or that vassal went out and conquered some of these places here in East Francia. They would, on taking them themselves, I don't have to dictate it, go ahead and start proselytizing these counties themselves. And it also, not just they would do the effort of doing that, it gives them a bonus towards doing that as well. So that's really good if I want the entire world to be dominated by my reformed Germanic paganism. I'm still considering it. Let me pull back up the Reformation tab. Dogmatic, base moral authority is high, great holy wars are allowed. I'm not choosing this one. I'm not choosing this one, and religion does not allow marriage with infidels, blah, blah, blah. I'm not choosing that. And then the other option is cosmopolitan. The religion can intermarry with its neighboring faiths. Great holy wars are allowed. This religion discourages missionary work. Base moral authority is low. I think that one's all right, but I'm not choosing it. Really, it's for me between warmongering. Rulers do not receive opinion penalties for raised vassal levies, which means I can have long, drawn-out, extended wars. Something that, in the England run, you probably noticed me saying is that, oh, my vassal levies have been raised too long. Your vassals start to hate you the longer you keep their levies raised. So, this would completely bypass that. I wouldn't have to deal with that penalty at all anymore. I would have access to great holy wars. My rulers would be extremely aggressive, so my vassals would choose, and, you know, say I lose the empire, or what will be an empire of Scandinavia, say I lose that. Whoever takes over, as long as he's of this religion, would be very aggressive, and additionally, my vassals are going to be more likely to be aggressive and more conquering and, you know, claiming more land for my soon-to-be empire. So that's good. I think I'm going to go warmongering. The negative, if you can call it a negative, I mean, it's a negative, it's just not that big of a deal, is that rulers at peace lose prestige. I've already been dealing with that. If I don't go to war enough as Germanic Pagan, unreformed Germanic Pagan, then I have to deal with that anyways. So, and it's not been a problem because I've been at war a bunch, but, you know, further in the game, as I kind of get to the point where I have united my land and I no longer have to unite my empire, there will be much longer drawn-out periods of peace. You know, different things will be going on, not necessarily war, but there will be more long drawn-out periods of peace, and so I will have to kind of account for, you know, I might have -2 prestige for a certain amount of time, but by that point, I'll have, even with that -2 prestige now to deal with if I had that penalty, would only lower it to 4.81 every month. I'm still not negative, I'm still gaining 4.81, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm pretty sure I'm going warmongering. Stability. So I don't know a ton about stability, I haven't played with it, but everyone talks about stability like it is the best one. These are my doctrines. Doctrines are different than your nature, you can have 2 doctrine, I'll just say that. So yeah, my doctrine allows, you know, I could choose divine marriage, close kin marriage, like, you know, to your sister, or I think your mother, or your daughter, maybe, I'm not sure. That would be allowed. And close kin marriage amongst nobility is considered a divine union. I think there's a trait associated with the child born of a divine union. I'm not entirely sure. I've never chosen that. I don't plan to choose that this time around. But that is a thing you can do. Polygamy, I don't feel like I need to get too in detail. It says it right there. Heir designation. Sorry, meritocracy. This one sounds really good. Heir designation is allowed. That means I could literally just go up here, and in my laws for inheritance, I could say a different one of my sons would take the title after my death. I could say any of the others. Doesn't matter. That's really good, but it's also kind of boring, if you get what I mean. It's kind of like, it takes away a part of the game that is supposed to be something you think about, and it also doesn't provide anything other than that, so there are better things to choose, I think. Religious taxation of subjects of a different religion group is allowed. That's fine. I don't know much about that, to be honest with you. I've never chosen that. Monasticism, rulers can ask their subjects to take the vows and disinherit them. Followers of this religion gain +2 learning. Priests are bound to be celibate. Not choosing it. Syncretism, rulers can choose to gain sympathy with another faith by decision. I don't need to go through all of these, I don't think. I'll kind of go through the ones that I was considering. Astrology. I've chosen astrology last time I reformed a religion, and it's fun. I would say that it provides more spice to the game than something like meritocracy does. It adds more to the game, unlike meritocracy, which kind of takes away from the game, if you ask me. Even if it is great, I can choose my heir, it makes it a little bit too easy in that regard. So characters are assigned a zodiac traits on birth and by decision, grants access to the Hermetic Society. So that'd be great. As Germanic pagan, Norse Germanic pagan, I do not have access to the Hermetic Society. The only society I have access to right now, I believe, is the Satan Society and the Wolf Warriors. So Hermetic Society would be fun to join. But I did that last time I played. I know I didn't record a video on it, but I do want to mix it up. Agnatic clans, that means that I believe only men can inherit titles, yeah. Open and secession is unlocked, which is, good, but female characters are not allowed in the council. Matrilineal marriages are not allowed. That's a big red flag. Matrilineal marriages are not allowed because I need matrilineal marriages to create multi-bloodline person, if that makes sense. I can intermarry into other bloodlines and gain their bloodline through matrilineal marriages. Equality. I thought a lot about equality, and I am still thinking about it, but I don't think I'm going to choose it. So equality makes it so both men and women are in equal playing fields. They can both inherit titles. Female rulers are not penalized. That's really good for a lot of reasons, not just because, that is a good thing, blah, 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 that is a good thing, but also because, really, if I could pass the throne on to anyone, it would be my daughter, Gija, because she is elusive. She's got the elusive shadow trait, which is great. She's quick, shrewd, patient, ambitious, and she's stubborn, which, that one's not great, but whatever, the rest of them are all good. And then looking at her stats, she really is the best of all of my kids. I don't need to go too deep into it, but you can kind of tell she is the best. Bjorn is not bad, other than he's got 0 for his stewardship, which is disappointing. Ube is okay. Sigurd might end up being okay. Either way, I don't have a great kid other than Gija. She really is, I think, the best. So, that is something I'm considering still, but the only problem with choosing equality... Now I have to find it again. The only problem with choosing equality is... And great, I'm going to shut this now again. Oh, not that. Technology. I would have, I believe it's 5, maybe it's 6. I would have the ability to do all of those things without that doctrine by just investing in this tolerance technology advancement. Which, you know, that's not going to happen within Gija's lifetime, but that will happen eventually. You know, maybe if I focus on doing cultural advances and especially just putting those advances in tolerance, I could probably have that done. And I don't know, I'm not going to give like an exact estimate because it's going to be way wrong, but you know, 300 years, 200 years, something like that. Probably faster depending on other choices I could make. I don't want to eat up an entire doctrine for something that'll unlock later just naturally. So I think equality was sort of one of the last ones that I was really considering. Enatic clans I was considering because that is the opposite of agnatic clans. It would be only female titles, only female rulers. Male characters are not allowed in the council, which that would be interesting, but there are some downsides to that as well. Namely, you know, I'm kind of back to where I started in not being able to access all of the good traits in a specific person just based off of their gender. I'm not going to do it, I don't think. Bloodthirsty Gods, I wouldn't choose that. Daring, I've heard is good. I've never played with it, but Prepared Invasions is a great way to gain land and be like a great Casus Belli. Seabound, I wouldn't choose Seabound as Norse Pagan. I would choose Sons of Ragnarok. It's kind of like Seabound already. Pyramid Creation. Unrelenting, I think, is one that I looked at a little bit. I'm not choosing any of those, I don't think. I think what I'm going to do is Stability. Stability disables the short reign penalty, so when Ragnar dies, whoever takes over for a certain amount of time, they're going to have this short reign penalty, which is when a lot of destabilization happens. Additionally, I can also spend my piety to improve my courtier's attributes. That's huge. I don't know a ton about it. I've not actually played around with stability too much, but I do know it's really good. And Ancestor Veneration. The religious head can decide upon dead ancestors to give special status. Enables eldership succession laws. So first, the ancestors give special status, blah, blah, blah. Basically, I can choose to beatify or, put on the path to sainthood for my religion anyone. As far as I know, or any of my ancestors, I guess. So that's good, and enables eldership succession laws. So, back to my laws of succession, what the eldership would do is it would be like, I think it's on this screen, there's like a list of like 5 or maybe 8, I'm going to say 8, elders, which are, I believe, unlanded, respected people in my realm that choose the child. But since they're unlanded and, long story short, I can bribe them pretty much to select who I want them to select. This will be more interesting than just meritocracy where I choose someone because there will be conflict. There will be a certain amount of effort to get who I want on the throne. And there will be cases where, they disagree and potentially split. This keeps it a little bit more interesting than meritocracy. It's maybe not as powerful, but additionally it does enable the special status to my ancestors. So yeah, I think I'm going to choose these two. I still partially want to choose equality because, like I said, Gija, and this will happen plenty times. This will happen a lot, especially as I have lots of kids. My daughters may be better than my sons, which up until I get that tolerance trait, there's not much I can do other than just sit here and wait. Wait for that son to die and hopefully have a better one. So yeah, I think as much as I want equality, I'll just wait for the tolerance to unlock that for me. As much as that kind of hurts to say. either way, I know I need to choose something that changes my laws of secession, because I've conquered all this land, and if Ragnar dies, this is getting split up between my sons. Which actually, by choosing equality, if it doesn't change my law of secession, which it should, but let's just say it didn't, then this would get, I believe, split up between all of my sons and daughters, which means even less land. So, for whoever it is that I would play as. So yeah, the nice thing about having Ancestor Veneration is it automatically changes the laws of secession to the Eldership one, which is a little bit more interesting than just Meritocracy, because I will have to go through some effort to bribe the Elders. I don't know. Because this is such a big decision. Like, once I make this decision for my religion, I can't change it, and say I'm no longer a ruler in a realm where that religion is popular, or my character is no longer that religion will still live on and spread and take over, and so, I gotta kind of think about that as well. Oh, and then last but not least, leadership. I've never chosen anything other than temporal. What that allows is the reformer will become the new head of this religion, so I basically become the pope. I mean, I can look at some of these other ones. Priest is put in charge of the religion. Autocephalous priests are put in charge of each realm's religious matters. I believe what that means is each county has their own priest which rules them, or maybe it's a duchy, I'm not sure. And then autonomous followers of this religion can pick a preferred branch. Followers of this religion gain +2 to their martial. It will never have a religious head, and Great Holy Wars are not allowed. Yeah, I mean, I can't choose that one because I've got Ancestor Veneration anyways, so I wouldn't choose that anyways. Let's go ahead, bite the bullet. I've been explaining now for the first 30 minutes. We've been paused. Has it been 30 minutes? I'm sorry, Andrew. I should just go ahead and choose this. Yeah, you've been listening to me ramble on. I will choose this combination. We are presented with the unique opportunity to reshape our faith forever. We must be careful on the path we set out on, as once the new dogma of our religion has been established, it will be impossible to change. Many learned priests and scholars have traveled to my court in order to discuss all sorts of theological matters in an attempt to codify a complete and solid reinterpretation of our old oral traditions. Yet being the one who made this reformation possible in the first place, it would be only fair if I gave my opinion on the nature, doctrine, and leadership of our new religion. I only read that so that way it gave me more time to think. I'm doing it. Bite the bullet. Reform. Woo! Okay, so Gija Rongenhilder of Lund, my daughter, right? Is that not my daughter? No, that's not my daughter. That's a different Gija. Has usurped the title of whatever. Okay, none of this matters. The Germanic Reformation. The ancient Germanic religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross and the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, Fylkir, Ragnar, and the most... That's my new title, Fylkir. Ragnar and the most powerful priests have decided to reform the old ways. Whoops, I went back a line. Have decided to reform the Germanic faith in order to turn the tides and lead the assault against the new religions. Firmly under the leadership of the holy Fylkir, the Germanic faith is ready to contend with its weak and effeminate... Yes, jeez. Our Germanic faith is ready to contend with its weak and effeminate opponents, be they missionaries or crusaders. This event could spark the beginning of a new pagan revivalism all throughout Europe and spell doom for the Abrahamic usurpers. For the All-Father. Whew. I feel like I just made a huge decision in life, or at least in this game. So I still need to... adopt eldership. Oh no. This was not made clear to me. That since I have a regency, I cannot adopt eldership. And I have a regency because my guy has been incapable with this bedridden disease for years. Well, that is a problem. I also lost a daughter, didn't I? Gija? Or maybe that was her title. I guess I don't really know if that was her title. I thought it was Gija, but I think it was Bathilder. Okay. Gija is not her name, it was her title. That's why I've seen multiple people name that, I guess. Well, that's embarrassing. I didn't know that. Okay. Either way, I did it. No more pausing the game for this episode. We spent the first 30 minutes paused. I'm sorry, Andrew. I gotta figure out something with this. Because my empire will split either way now, if I am correct. Oh, that's frustrating. You know what I could do? And it's maybe not a nice thing to do. I can make my other sons commanders. And I'm gonna go get them killed. Ube, sorry bud. You're gonna be killed. And what's his name? Sigurd will also be killed when he turns 16. That's at least my current plan. Of course, then again, we could, you know, we could die before that happens. So. And then my empire's split anyways. Man, having this regency has been a real pain, to be honest with you. I also spent so much piety I can't even form the Kingdom of Norway anymore. I don't know. It's not a huge deal. I can still make the duchies, I think, right? Yeah. So I think what I want to do is create some of these duchies with this gold. Well, first things first, now that I've got Ube as a commander, let's see. Where's my army? My army is here. I can lower my levies. And I think what I'm going to do is send Ube to die in Northumbria. I don't even technically have to declare war, I can just send him to raid. I mean, I'm going to sacrifice a lot of people probably for this, but... So let's have Ube be leading a group of 70 soldiers set to loot. I could just go and get into a battle with them. That should work. I'm hoping to not sacrifice my whole army doing this, so. Or all my levies, I mean. The conversion of Serbia. The tribes of Serbia have been converted to Catholic faith. A group of priests sent by the Pope of the Papacy have performed a great ritual during which they have converted the entire population of Serbia alongside King Radoslav and many of his vassals. With this act, the people of Serbia have once and for all forsaken their old pagan gods. Well, that's interesting. So I reform my religion, and the Serbian people accept Catholicism. So we're taking vastly different routes here, Serbia. You know, I really am worried I did not think about me not being able to change my secession laws. Under a regency. Is there anything I can do? I don't think there's anything I can do. I mean, he's not going to get over his gout, as far as I know. I kind of need to protect him now until my other sons have died. When do you die? Or when do you turn 16, not die? I mean... Okay, 11th of February, so in another couple months I can make you a commander and send you to die as well. Alright, so Ube's in a battle, and he's gonna lose. He lost the battle, but he did not lose his life. Not yet, at least. Frustrating. And I can't even change who my regent is. It's Ericure the Evil of Westmanland. Okay, that's not good. Well, we will definitely have to see if there's something else we can do about this all. Or I could sacrifice Bjorn and have Sigurd be my new heir. I don't know if one is better or worse than the other, actually. Other than I think Bjorn has a wife. He doesn't have any sons yet, but I'll call for my court physician for Margareta. When does this successful treatment end? 807. So this year coming up, or the next year. I'm very frustrated that I changed my... I mean, I will become eldership soon anyways, but yeah, I probably could have prevented some problems there. Let's go ahead and try to ransom some of these prisoners. Alright, and as soon as Ube arrives from retreating, send him back to war. Okay, go back. Get yourself killed, please. At least try. Alright, Sigurd is of age. I think I'll stick with Bjorn. Bjorn's got a wife, he might have a son soon. And I can't do anything because it all needs to be approved by my regent. Alright, let's make you a commander. And let's raise up some more of these levies. 42. Have Sigurd lead. And go get yourself killed. You know, I should be able, I believe, to create this duchy. And then, because what I'm also afraid of is my vassal limit is so far over, I'm very likely to lose a lot of my land that I've gained. I believe. But why can't I give higher level titles to Bjorn? I don't know that. Because that doesn't actually help me very much then. Here, I will do this. That at least gets me below my domain size. Are you not raiding? Okay, I guess not. Why are you not looting here? I'm not sure about that. So now I gotta keep Ragnar alive a bit longer. Our table is already full, veteran. Are you saying you want to fight me for the spot? I can't let Ragnar die right now. Nope. I don't want to fight right now. Not right now. Did Sigurd die? No, Sigurd got captured. I'd hoped he would die. At least one of them would die. No, I'm not gonna pay to get Sigurd back. You can execute him, that would actually be for the best. And Ube is still alive. Seer Porter burst into your tent flanked by several Husakars, dragging Eriker the Evil with them in chains. My field here, this man has been openly proclaiming his allegiance to the Fellowship of Hell. What shall be done with him? Oh, that's my regent. Okay, I could get a better regent, hopefully. I will burn him. You know, I wonder if, because I believe he was, whatchamacallit, he might have been the reason that my guy got bedridden. I think he was if he was a Satanist and he was possessed, he could have given me Tainted Touch, which I used in the previous Let's Play when I was in England. He could have given me Tainted Touch, which caused all this. I'm not sure. There's nothing I can do to prove that, I don't think, but... Sure, I'll come to your party. My bedridden guy with gout will come to your party. I still have too many vassals. I'm just really worried that I'm gonna have my kingdom split apart if I can't get both of these sons killed. Well, good news is we were successful in reforming the religion this episode. Bad news is it did not have the exact results that I had been hoping for. So we'll have to kind of revisit next episode, Andrew, and see. I know there's been very little gameplay so far this episode. It's probably the most boring one of all. But we did reform our religion. Oh, I should have pointed out, I'm wearing this special crown. That is a level 4 quality artifact. There's only 5 levels, so this is a very good artifact. It gives me plus 0.4 to my prestige, monthly 0.7 to my piety, plus 2 to martial, plus 2 to stewardship, plus 10 to tribal vassal opinion. So it is a great artifact to have. And it's like the Pope hat for my Germanic pagan religion. Or Germanic Reformed pagan, I guess. Speaking of, before I sign off, I should show, we have Germanic religion all throughout here. Unfortunately, Swominsko has a large foothold here that I'll have to try to take care of. Old Germanic, the Germanic paganism, unreformed, is still existent, and I have to take care of them. Catholicism is going strong. What is this? Oh, this is Cathar. It's just a heretical realm there, it looks like. Sunni and, you know, various different ones. Zoroastrian is kind of had a comeback, I guess. So, all good stuff. But I am going to call this an episode. It's pretty late, and I'm pretty exhausted, and, you know, a little frustrated having not gotten Ube killed yet, so... Alright, before I sign off, let me see if I can send him there, and he might get himself killed. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with a conspiratorial faction if proper leverage is obtained. Threaten the vassal. Oh, I lost the stress trait. That's good. And I threatened him, and it worked, and I forgive him now. Alright, get yourself killed, Ube. I'll threaten that vassal as well. Oh. Did the person disappear? I don't know. Let's see. Next episode, I will probably just go ahead and declare war on someone and send Ube to his death that way. I wish there was some way I could get unbedridden, unincapable, so that way I don't need a region anymore. I don't think there's anything I can do. Well, either way, those are problems for next episode. Thanks for watching, Andrew. It's been fun so far. Unfortunately, Ragnar doesn't look like he'll make it to England in this run. But his son's, at least the hopefully only surviving son after Ragnar passes, Bjorn, he probably will. I've had the weirdest time trying to get this whole kingdom formed and the empire. So, you know, it's definitely been interesting. Hopefully next episode I can come to more of a conclusion than where we're at. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.